There are a lot of fellowship programs, to be honest. When it comes to Teach for India, it was, as much as I can recall, this was one of the organizations that did came in APU, Azim Premji University, for campus placements and stuff. So there they have this program for, I guess, 2 years, if I'm not wrong. And then, then there is this fellowship, I think, I don't remember the name, which is done in South Africa, African continents. Then there was
Mm-hmm.
this organization which came for the fellowship program in Uganda.
Mm-hmm.
So, there were a lot of fellowships that we have. There are obviously international fellowships even. So there are lots and lots of fellowships being done abroad and even in
Mm-hmm.
India. Teach for
Mm-hmm.
India and TFI and the Gandhi Fellowship. Those are the most popular ones. But there are a lot of organizations which do offer a lot of fellowship programs which are related to teaching, of course. When it comes to Azim Premji Foundation, because that was the last institution that I have been into, I think they don't offer any sort of fellowship flagship program. So in my information, as much information I am having, I don't think there's any for APU. But when it comes to India or nations, there are a lot of stuff when it comes to fellowship. And I think there are different areas that fellowships are being done in.
And actually, as I
Some are
told
paid
you,
and some are unpaid, and some are those fellowships where you have to pay money. So, in India, we have a lot of diversity into that for sure.
so basically, I just want to ask because as I told you that I met few students of Manasthali. So there is one girl. She
Mm-hmm.
she was doing maybe BB or something. She was
Mm-hmm.
confused about her career, and I told her to maybe try in a TIS or something. Few fellowship program I suggested. So she didn't clear the exam for TIS, but she joined the Gandhi Fellowship, and after that she went to one 2 year, maybe it's a 2 year or 3 year program, I don't remember, but the program run by Delhi government. So over there she got
Mm-hmm.
maybe salary of maybe 50-60,000. So that's why I'm asking that maybe if you can share a few things like this, where because
Mm-hmm. So what for
like
the fellowship, Ajay, there is sorry, yeah.
yeah, so Gandhi Fellowship, maybe they pay around 20,000. Teach for India is also nearby that. And as an example, in India or in Gujarat as well, there are a lot of B.Ed college. So every year there are a huge amount of
Mm-hmm.
teachers are graduated. But recently I was talking with one
Mm-hmm.
small school in our nearby city. So one side they said that
Mm-hmm.
we can't find or we can't retain good teachers. On the same time, they don't want to pay more than 8 or 12,000 rupees per month, and
Mm-hmm.
those B.Ed graduates study in a city. The same situation here as well, but they sign on maybe 25 to 30,000 salary, but they get 12,000 salary on hand. So I just want to know that it's also a very big struggle for teachers. uh, so I just want to know how your experience maybe in the Banasthali, what your friends are doing after masters, what they are doing or something like that. How means yeah, maybe you can share
So you
about
want to dwell in this field with my experience, or do you
yeah,
want me to go with the
your
lines like,
no, your
fellowship in
experience.
general, or it's good to do or not that way? Like which way do you want to go?
Yeah, means you can share about your experience as much as you are connected with your Banasthali friends, or connected with maybe
Okay,
your
so you want me to focus only on Banasthali?
both.
See, Ajay, let's
You
be
can
very
also share
specific.
about.
Banasthali, Banasthali and APU were two different things. Like, trust me on that. APU, Banasthali, two different landscapes. I think yesterday when we were having a lot of conversation, I think I have told you enough to just picturize. Both of them are
Yeah.
very different. So my Banasthali friends are doing like literally different things comparison to my APU friends. there's like a lot of range in between the
Mhm.
two of them. So which one do you want me to focus is the way I'll,
You can
dwell with
share
this
about maybe
conversation.
you can share about Banasthali B.Ed students. What means which kind of
Okay.
upgrades they do? Like one is masters in
Mhm.
education. Maybe some people go for this kind of fellowship. Maybe few students are preparing for government exams to get a job in government schools. Uh, some
Hmm.
people do MEd or something like that. What are the other things they can do? What they are doing? Whatever
Hmm.
you.
Okay. Should I start then?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so before I start, Jay, I hope you know this that whenever we are conversing in an online mode, so what
Okay.
happens? There is, I don't know, because of the network lag, I just start speaking. Okay.
Okay.
And you are just speaking and I just cut your words. Okay. It's not something that I'm doing deliberately. It's for the network flaw. Okay. It seems that you just stopped and then I just start speaking. So whenever you are speaking, then I would request you to just, bit loud so that I can hear you clearly because obviously laptops doesn't have that much amount of good speakers.
No,
It's
it's
something
okay.
that I can give a feedback by your channel for sure.
No, no, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now when it comes to, let's go bit by bit. First, I'll talk about some fellowships. So when we're talking about fellowships, it's a very big myth that in fellowships you are always being paid. No, that's not the case. There are lots and lots of fellowship where you have to pay literally fee in lakhs just to get enrolled into it and just for that course. So there's a big myth. When it comes to fellowship, so obviously when I was doing my masters, then obviously there was a whole, I can say with APU, there's this pan-India kind of a thing. People are coming from very different geographies. There were people who have done TFI, that is Teach for India, Gandhi Fellowship. There were lots of fellowship that these people have done and then they were there. So, when it comes to let's say fellowship, it's always good to do a fellowship because it gives you a lot of hands-on experience
Mm-hmm.
in the field. But when it comes to counting that into experience, let me tell you, I have given like a lot of interviews in a lot of different organizations, and I got to realize that even when you work, like literally you do hardcore work of in your
Mm-hmm.
fellowship, that doesn't count. So when you
Mm.
will enroll into some field, they would say no, you have 0 years of experience. And that was the case with few of my friends who were into TFI and they, did Teach for India Fellowship. And when they came up and then they were like, no, you don't have any experience. And they were like, no, we have, done this and that. They were like, no, 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 that's a part of, these are the few things that we need to look at. And when it comes to fellowship, so there were a lot of people who had done Gandhi Fellowship. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now they are coming to do second fellowship. In my opinion and the cohort that I have talked to, I've always listened to this fact that doing two fellowships together or just doing two
One
fellowships
after.
is not a good idea because somewhere or the other the experience wise they are pretty much the same when it comes to Teach for India because that's where that's the organization that I sat into when it was my placement time. There was only one thing that was pretty clear for Teach for India, and that is that if you get enrolled into that, it's a beautiful place to learn, for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Then it comes to the fellowship part. That's what I think I have talked about that part. Now let's talk about the B.Ed part. So as we all know, I did a B.A. integrated course from Banasthali. For all those people who don't know what Banasthali is, so Banasthali is not a, it's like Banasthali is a Vidyapeeth. Okay, so the whole name is Banasthali Vidyapeeth. And there are around 16,000 girls is what a rough count is being said. And it is Asia's second largest women residential university, to be a bit precise on what Banasthali Vidyapeeth is all about. It was started by Hiralal Shastri, who was a political figure of Rajasthan, and he started this organization in the memory of his daughter, who
Mm. Okay.
so that's a brief history about Banasai. There's a lot of great things that also come there and there about it. But rather than getting into Banasali's history, I'll talk about this BA program. So BA program in Rajasthan in India is being offered by a lot of organizations. So I chose Banasali for that. Banasali in Rajasthan is like one of the top-notch college for girls, I couldn't say particularly, to be a bit more specific in this. And then after doing BA, there are like the sky's the limit. When you do BA, there is no field which is closed for you. It's just that way. So now, obviously, if I'm saying that I'll do a BA and then I'll get into engineering, so that doesn't go. But with BA, once you do a BA, it's a 4-year program. So if you'll do two programs separately, like BA, then it's for 3 years, and BA, then it's for 2 years. But when you combine it, it just gets a 4-year program where you face 8 semesters, and continuously they make you dwell in the field. They make you do a lot of internships. Obviously, and those internships, when we do apply for different positions, that doesn't count. And this is like, a feedback that I always think in my head that, you're not counting the experience I have had once I was doing an internship. But because you are like, no, you don't have. But how about those who haven't done any internship and are here? And in comparison to those who have done like hell lot of internships in that time. Speaking on the fact that what top fields are open, so obviously there are this field of government job which is open for everyone. It's not any subject specific and stuff. There is MEd, Masters in Education. There is also Masters in Arts in Education, which is these are two different programs. People obviously think that I did MEd. No, I did Master of Arts in Education, which is very different from a traditional MEd program. And then from that you can get into MBAs and like pretty much everything, anything or other everything is what I would say. So what all fields are open in terms of B.Ed? The teaching field is the main field for B.Ed. But I have seen people, when it comes to people who were there with me in Banistili and now where are they? Are they struggling or not? I believe struggle is into our life every day. So I would not, I would rather like choose to say that it's their way of looking at life. Maybe some might think that this is a struggle. Some might think that, they are being normal. So it's just that way. But majority of the people got for their higher education. A lot of them got to get married. So there's a whole bunch of people. There were people like me, who went for higher studies into different parts of India and, doing this and doing that. Then there were also some who just did their BA and they got married. So there were some who literally opened their own organizations. There were some who changed their field, switched their field, and dwelling and finding a way in this universe by their own ways. So there is like, I can say there's a whole range of people and whole range of practices and people and their activities that they have been doing, which we can clearly see after this B.Ed program for particularly talking about Banistili. And the third thing that you wanted me to talk about is when we talk about government exams and stuff, yes, people are, but I have obviously seen and observed this trend with people that people don't consider, even when they were doing B.Ed, there was this common saying in between all of them, ye to hamara backup hai. This is the backup plan. So, teaching is not seen by them as a profession in the first place. It's just a backup. And when such people are entering into this field where, they are like, nee, we don't want to be a teacher. If we don't get anything, what we want to do, I'll be a teacher. So that's a major irony or a major setback of this thing that, those individuals who are really not interested in this field of education are entering into this field and just for a backup. So that's what I would like to add for sure. And I think I've covered pretty much whatever you said. If there's anything that I missed, kindly let me know.
And okay, that's interesting. So people are having different, means they are trying different things based on what they have around or what their ambitions are. So something like that. Okay, that's really nice. And how about you, Miss? Did you study in English medium school or did you study in other medium school in your childhood?
Okay, so I had studied into an English medium CBSE missionary school. So it's like the topmost missionary of my city. And obviously like till 10th and 12th. So, I was like a fellow who I couldn't have thought that I could go away from my city then. So I did my studies from a missionary school. I hope if you haven't heard the name of Sophia, which is a franchisee school.
Yeah, very popular.
So I did all my schooling from Sophia. So I was a Sophian then. And then for my BA B.Ed, I went to Banasthali, which is Asia's second largest women's university, and then from there I went to Azim Premji University, Bangalore, which is one of the India's leading educational institutes, and is soon going to be the India's topmost institute for sure in coming couple of years for sure.
And
So that
how's
has been the journey so far.
and are you a good public speaker? Can you speak on the stage with in your schooling days? How was your confidence level with people? Because right now
See,
I feel
there are two
that
answers that I can give.
you are a very motivational person. You know, who can and confident person as well, who can speak anywhere
Mm-hmm.
on maybe any topic, something like that. So, are you kind of similar person in your childhood, or you are a little bit shy, or something like that?
Mm-hmm. So first of all, before I start, thanks for the compliment. To be a bit honest, in my school there was this partiality thing. I don't think so it's appropriate to say, but yes, I was a child who faced that partiality a lot because there were obviously teachers, children, so they were given preference over me for sure. But I used to love giving public speeches. I was always into this writing part. I used to literally, write speeches and, feel like there's a mob I'm addressing to. And I am a very extrovert person, so I used to love to speak, and
Mm,
that is what was throughout. But then from there, when I went to Banasthali, I actually got into this debate club and stuff, and I started, participating in debate competitions and stuff. And then from then on, I think I haven't looked back. And when it comes to speaking on random topics, then let me tell you, I am a university level winner into Jam. Just a minute.
okay,
So, you just throw a topic and I'll be ready with an answer. So
that's
that's
cool.
the, background when it
Yeah.
comes to my public speaking part I'm coming from.
And do you play any sports? And do you do any dancing or singing or acting kind of things in your maybe
Okay, so when
childhood?
it comes to singing, I think everyone, each individual on this earth is a bathroom singer. So yes, if you consider that as a singing, then yes, why not? But no, I don't sing. I just do it for my fun. When it comes to dancing, yes, I do dance a lot. I love dancing. There was a tint of Kathak and classical dance that I learned
Mhm.
lately. And from then on, when it comes to sport, when I was in 10th grade, I used to play basketball and I went till district level in that. But then again, that partiality thing happened with me. So, one of the teachers' child was being jagged in my
Mhm.
place
Okay,
so that she could participate. And, so again,
something
because
like
of that,
that.
I couldn't go ahead.
Mhm.
Yeah, that happened again. And because of that, I was so much pissed off. I was like, now I'm not going to take it.
Mhm.
Literally, I'm staying after the school. I'm managing my studies. I'm managing this. And then, you're doing partiality with me. You are putting jacks on my place. So,
Mhm.
from then on, I left basketball. And then for like just fun, I just play badminton at times.
Mhm.
And rest, I believe, I rather choose to read novels. So
Mhm.
that's like my interest area, to be a bit
And do you go for
open about my
maybe
areas of interest.
do you go for running, or maybe do you go for gym or something like that, or you don't have time
No,
for
Jay,
fitness?
I see. I'll be very honest with you. So right now, I have this very beautiful problem of not gaining weight. So even when you'll make me eat stones by this age, so of course it doesn't impact. But I think I should inculcate that into my habits of going, going for a run or for a gym. But for now, I don't. I just get up in the morning and I just spare some time just to read my novel. And
Mm.
that's the way I meditate. And then, I am working out right now as a teacher. So when you do that, so there is this 4-story building that I am into. So, I don't use lift. So just for the
Mhm.
fitness part, I just walk up and
Mhm.
down, up and down, up and down. Let's say even 10 times a day. So then I think the fitness part is being taken care of
Over
that
there.
way,
Mhm.
but not in terms of running or gymming.
And like as I observe that you speak very fast, so it means, have you ever tried to apply in maybe any radio station or something like that? Means, do you watch movies, and
Mm,
do you have good understanding of different music or something like that, or you don't?
Of course, I think I listen to South Indian music. Tamil, Telugu. Then there is this Bhojpuri music, and like I'm open to a lot of different things. And rightly said, this random habit of speaking in a line was developed for the fact because when I used to participate in debates and jams, so they just give you a time limit. You are only allowed to speak for a minute, and you have to put the whole conversation. And then there is this whole bunch of opponent teams sitting. So from then on, I can say I got this habit of speaking very fast.
Okay.
And when you speak very fast, that is you process the information very fast. And sometimes it is a problem in a way that the others, like the other person sitting with me, is not able to process the information that fast as I am able to. So there's a positive and there's a negative about this speaking so fast. And also when I got into this YouTube stuff, so if I have to give a voiceover, so right now it's for like, you can do it for 3 minutes, but earlier it was just 60 seconds. So if I have to, give a voiceover, I have to make sure that I'm speaking within 60 minutes.
Okay.
So that's something that I have taken up over the years from all this.
Okay. And means which kind of movies do you like to watch, or do you watch any TV series or Korean drama, which is popular in girls these days?
It is. I'll be very honest. The students that I'm dealing with, they are into this Korean drama and thing, a lot of movies. When it comes to me, I know this sounds very boring. I am really not into movies and not into K-dramas and stuff. I would rather choose to read a book, or maybe study, let's say, a research or two, or maybe, just like think of how I can improvise or how I can contribute to this education system. So I am a bit of a boring person into that terms. And even if when it comes to, there were a lot of friends of mine who, used to want to watch a movie and stuff. And I'm like, okay, instead of watching a movie, how about we sit together and get to know about each other's perspective towards life? So I think I'm too wordy to handle. So for that fact, I was always like that. Not right now. I really don't like watching TV. I just don't know why. I just get this giddy feeling that, instead of watching others doing their work, why don't I do some work that people watch me? So that has been the fact. And because of that, I'm so sorry that I don't have a good answer for that. That's
No, it's
how it
okay.
is. And I'm trying to be as candid as possible.
And in which standards do you teach these days, or maybe since last 1 year?
I
Or which
am a
subjects?
PGT, if you know. Okay. So I am currently dealing with English, and then I can also teach social sciences. And when it comes to which grades I am teaching, so I'll tell you my designation. So I am a PGT.
PGT
So when
means?
it comes to PGT, so I deal with higher grades.
But right now you are
So like,
teaching 4, 5, 6, or which
no,
grade?
no. PGTs are those who are eligible to teach till 12th.
Till 12th. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
after
I teach
8th
higher
standard,
grades, senior
higher grade.
secondary, to be a bit
So
precise.
they also feel that you are speaking very fast, or you try to slow down yourself in the classroom?
Actually, the thing is that you have said that the call will be for 30 minutes. Keeping that zone in mind, I'm speaking to you very very fast. But when it comes to my students, I know that this is the amount of period I have. So I adjust my pitch according to them.
Okay.
It's that way.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay.
So
I'm just
if you would say that somewhere there's no time limit, I'll be very easy with you. But when you'll say 30 minutes, that's in my head. Okay, 30 minutes mean I have to just complete whatever he's saying in a
no,
in a
it's
row.
not about 30 minutes. I'm
I
asking in
already
general.
told you this debate thing is there right here.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. And which part of Rajasthan did you travel? Maybe I guess you would travel in the maximum part, but still, if you like to share.
So when it comes to Rajasthan, I think as a child, since my father and my mother used to love traveling like anything. Jay, one more question before I answer this. Are we like strict on 30 minutes or is it like flexible for you?
Yeah, it's a flexible, not a problem. But if you want
Okay,
to
then
say,
I can slow down my pitch then.
no, there is, you
I'm
can
doing it
speak
just for you
faster.
because you said this 30
No,
minute
no.
thing.
Actually, I don't have a problem if you speak fast. I'm just sharing that you speak fast. So I'm curious how your students catch up with you, because in my school days there are some professors are very fast, so we need to focus what they are saying, something like that.
Actually,
That's
I
why.
deal with pedagogy, which is CLT, if you know, if you have heard of this term, communicative language method
Uh-huh.
is what I use. So what I do is that in my class, you would not see me just standing and teaching.
Okay.
You would literally see me literally dancing with them, or maybe
Okay.
literally jumping like a child with them. So when it comes to paying attention, yes, in my class you have to pay attention. Because if you are zoned out, I'll make you do some activity and then I'll bring you back in the class. So that's an active pedagogy that I do practice with my students. So
Mhm.
when it is coming to how do they focus, then I think it's reflected from a fact that sometimes if I go into some arrangements, that a teacher is absent and I have to go into his or her place, students just start clapping for fact, oh, she's here, she's here.
Mhm.
So I think that does answer you like how my students react. I think they love the fact the way I am with them. There's a very different personality that I have in
Mhm.
front of them. Obviously keeping in mind their age, the exposure that I'm supposed to give them. Because I can't, give them pan India type of experiences for now.
Okay.
They are in that age where we want them to figure out what's right and what's wrong for them.
Okay.
So keeping those things in mind, content and speed is being delivered that way to be a bit precise.
Yeah, that's cool. So actually, when I was in maybe 12th, so there is one. So I was going to one class, English class. So the teacher, uh, you know, he pre-recorded a lot of things, and he
Mm-hmm.
explained things. He gave a lot of exercises, but because because of sore throat and lot of different things, to save his energy,
Mm-hmm.
he recorded lot of things, and
Oh, okay.
his recorded material, his recorded written material is sold out to other institute as well who want to start their own coaching. So I just want to know that how means how much your throat having need to put effort, to speak every day, or how many hours continuously you can speak, or something like that, or right now you are
So when
comfortable
it
to
comes to
speak
speaking, mhm.
and you can speak every day, maybe
Okay, so
four
before
five
before
hours.
that, even before entering into this profession, I love speaking.
Hmm.
I hope that's pretty much clear to you all the way. I love speaking like anything. So when it comes to for how long can I speak after entering into this profession, I think I can speak for like a lot of time because there have been times where if there are let's say 10 periods a day, so I'm literally teaching in 9 periods.
Hmm.
So you can imagine the situation that my throat is in. So when I before here I was teaching into an international school, a very big fat international school. So there used to be only 15 students. So my pitch used to be adjusted according to them, not too high, not too low, just somewhere in between because it's a small mob. Right now, let's say if I'm in a space where there are more students, let's say 50 or 55 students, not exactly, but let's say such a big crowd that I'm addressing. So obviously my pitch is going to be on a higher part so that each and every audience who is listening to me are able to listen to my voice. So when it comes to throat, yes, initially coming from 15 students straight to 50 students, it was a shift to be taken up by my throat. But I hope that, the training that I have given to my throats from my childhood, I think that has helped him or her pretty well to handle.
Maybe teachers use that mic and small speaker on the side, they use that
I do
thing as
use
well.
that.
Yeah.
That is called a pocket mic. I still
Okay,
have it in
pocket
my
mic.
bag. My office bag is right here. I do have it because when you are, let's say, addressing to a mob of 50, so there's a
Okay.
big space. I have to literally like shout on the top of my voice to, be audible to each of them.
Mhm.
I can shout, but that doesn't, give them a good teaching experience.
Okay.
They would not love to study. And my whole approach is that my students should love the fact that they are studying. I always believe that I enjoyed studying for a fact because I used to feel that, oh, it's chill. So,
Mhm.
that should be the approach. It should not be like, oh, you have to study. It's like, what do you want to study? Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
So that's the approach that I really want to bring in. And I think with my small efforts, I am trying to make learning as fun as possible. Because when we make learning fun, I can literally, just quote one of the incidents. I would not be able to give you much more details due to some policies that are being put on me. But, there was this incident that literally happened. So I'm supposed to be a teacher of this XYZ grade. And once what happened that in that grade particularly, there was this, I just got to say this, I don't know what happened to me that day, and I was into some zone and I just got into that class and said that I'm not going to come tomorrow. I'm going to be absent tomorrow. And unfortunately, I got absent the next day. And when the next day I went and I was checking through the attendance registers and everything, I got to realize that more than, like, literally, I think 75% of my class was absent
Okay.
for
Because
a
you are not
fact
coming.
that I am absent. Because I am absent.
That's cool.
So
You are
that's
very
the
popular.
amount of, and then the next day when they came, yeah, I am a popular teacher like that. Touch wood on that, but they were like that, ki, ma'am is not coming, we are not gonna come.
Mhm.
And I was like, no, you're not supposed to do that. They were like, no, ma'am, you are the reason why we are enjoying what we are studying.
Mhm.
So, when you are not that, then there is this traditional method of teaching. I'll speak. In my class, there is only one rule. I would never say to my students, don't speak.
Mhm.
There's always two rules that I established on day one. So, for the entire first week, I don't teach. I
Okay.
play. Trust me, I really play. I start running with them. So
Okay.
they get a sense of familiarity with me. That, okay, she is also a human like us. Once that is developed, I always say that I'm a friend. I'm not a teacher. Okay. And if you would not study, then I will be a teacher to you.
Okay.
So, that just gives them, think, a kick inside that,
Okay.
okay, she is my friend. If she is able to do, if she is saying, then let's do it. Because in these ages, there's a lot of turmoil that is happening, and friends are the most favorite thing of these students.
Okay.
So, instead of being a traditional teacher, I am being, an active pedagogue for sure,
Okay.
where I'm adapting and, I'm just getting through their content. Let's say they are quoting some reels in schools. So, I just get through those. What are the memes going right now? Because I know what my students are going to watch. So I
Okay.
just need to know that how much that's allowed.
Okay.
There are a lot of bunch of reels which doesn't make a lot of sense, and they have very dual meanings to them, which is not good at that point of time. So then just making them understand that this can go in a horribly wrong direction. And then
Okay.
once they understand it, so that is a type of competence, or that is a type of understanding or reflection I'm building in them.
Mhm.
Once that is done, I am a friend to you, now you are my friend. Two rules. First, when I will speak, you will listen.
Okay.
And I promise when you will speak, I will listen.
Okay.
I promise. Like, that's the first statement I always say. I will always listen to you. Second, you don't lie to me, I won't lie to you.
Okay.
You be my friend, I'll be your friend. These are the two rules that I always establish with my students within that first week.
That's cool.
Once this work is done, rest is butter. Because now they are considering you a friend. They will literally tell you those things that, they are not supposed to do, then they have done it. They will literally come running to you, imagine 10th grade or a 12th grade student coming running to me, ma'am, this happened. Now you tell me what should I do? They
That's
won't even
cool.
do it with their own parents, but they feel a sense of familiarity because of this pedagogy that I'm practicing with them. So, this is how I think as a teacher, I am balancing and, making
Cool.
them understand what is right and what is wrong for them. And I'm not a person who just goes to them and say, I would never go and say honesty is the best policy. I will always tell them few things. Now you decide what is the best policy for you.
Okay.
It might be different for you, right?
Yeah.
So you tell me what is right for you. And then you'll tell me what is right for you, and then I'll ask you a few questions. And I will bring you to the point that I have. But with a touch of what you want.
Okay.
So, you speak, I listen, I speak, you listen.